Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Neil Donald Walsh. Imagine living a life where every day is the same, where you stick to what's familiar, and where change is something you avoid at all costs. This is the essence of staying in your comfort zone, a place of perceived safety, but also one of stagnation and missed opportunities. In today's world, comfort can be a prison, especially for those of us seeking to grow and excel. But what if I told you that the path to real growth, meaningful change, and a more fulfilling life starts when you step out of that comfort zone? Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided many through life's toughest challenges, offers valuable insights into how we can confront our fears and embrace change. The only way to deal with fear is to face it head-on. Seneca. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, understood that fear often keeps us locked in our safe spaces. We avoid risks and challenges, and in doing so, we avoid living fully. Fear is a natural response, but it's also one we can overcome with the right mindset. Stoicism teaches us that we develop resilience and courage by facing our fears directly. It's not about eliminating fear, but about using it as a catalyst for growth. When you remain in your comfort zone, you're not just avoiding discomfort, you're also avoiding the potential for greatness. You might think staying comfortable is a form of self-care, but it's a way to avoid experiences that could lead to profound personal development. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, said, "The obstacle on the path becomes the way." This means that our challenges and discomforts are not barriers to our progress, but essential parts of our journey. They are opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. By reframing our struggles as stepping stones rather than obstacles, we shift our mindset from avoidance to empowerment. Consider the daily routines you stick to out of habit. They might seem safe, but they're also limiting. When was the last time you tried something new or took a risk? If you can't remember, it might be time to evaluate whether your comfort zone stifles your potential. This video will explore why stepping out of your comfort zone is crucial and how adopting Stoic principles can help you do just that. We'll dive into practical strategies to embrace discomfort, face our fears with a renewed perspective, and learn how ancient wisdom can transform our modern lives. Throughout this journey, we'll draw on the teachings of Stoic philosophers and real-life examples to illustrate the powerful impact of stepping out of your comfort zone. By the end of this video, you'll understand the pitfalls of staying safe and have actionable steps to break free from your comfort zone and embrace a life of growth and adventure. So buckle up and prepare to challenge yourself. It's time to move beyond your comfort zone and unlock the full potential of your life. As Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Embrace the challenge, find your why, and begin this journey together. Understanding the comfort zone. Let's break down the comfort zone and why it's more of a trap than a safe haven. The comfort zone is essentially a mental and emotional state where things feel familiar and safe. It's like a cozy cocoon where risks and challenges are kept at bay. You might think it's a secure place, but a false sense of security stifles your growth. Definition: what is the comfort zone? Imagine a zone where everything is predictable and comfortable. This is where most people tend to stay because it feels safe. You're in control, and things are routine. However, this sense of safety is an illusion. While it may seem like a perfect place to be, the comfort zone often leads to complacency. You're not growing, and certainly not reaching your full potential. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Seneca's words resonate deeply when we talk about the comfort zone. Often, the fear of stepping out is far worse than the reality of facing a challenge. Our minds tend to exaggerate the risks and potential failures, creating a mental prison that keeps us from taking action. The discomfort we imagine is often much greater than the actual experience of confronting our fears. Consequences. The high cost of staying put. Staying in your comfort zone comes with significant downsides. Here are a few key consequences. Lack of value. When you stick to what's familiar, you're not bringing anything new. The things that we love tell us what we are. Seneca. If you're not growing, you're not adding value to yourself or others, making you seem less dynamic and interesting. Relationship struggles. Maintaining or impressing someone becomes challenging if you're not evolving. Relationships thrive on growth. If you're not pushing your boundaries, your connections can become stagnant and unfulfilling. Unfulfilled dreams. Dreams need action to come to life. Staying in your comfort zone is like keeping those dreams in a dark corner. Nothing will grow. What does not kill us makes us stronger. Friedrich Nietzsche. The absolute failure is refusing to try. Stagnant growth. Growth requires action and discomfort. If you're not challenging yourself, you're not improving. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. The fear of stepping out is usually worse than the actual experience. Missed opportunities. Life is full of chances that can lead to amazing experiences. By staying comfortable, you miss out on these opportunities. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Each missed chance is a step away from a potential breakthrough. Low self-worth. Avoiding challenges can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Your worth is tied to your willingness to grow and take action. Limited impact. You can't make a significant difference while staying in your comfort zone. He who is brave is free. Seneca. You must push through fear and expand your boundaries to have a meaningful impact. Career limits. Career growth often comes from taking risks and stepping into new roles. Sticking to what you know might feel safe, but it also limits your advancement and opportunities. Health issues. Avoiding the discomfort of healthy habits can lead to long-term health problems. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Buddha. Neglecting your well-being now can have serious effects later. Social isolation. Staying in your safe zone can lead to missing out on meaningful connections and friendships. Genuine connections are made when you venture beyond your comfort zone and embrace new experiences. Understanding these consequences can help you see why staying in your comfort zone isn't as safe as it seems. A mental trap keeps you from reaching your full potential and living a more fulfilling life. Stoic methods for embracing change. Embracing change can be daunting, but Stoicism offers powerful strategies to make the process smoother and more effective. Here's how you can apply Stoic principles to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Stoic Principle 1. Reflect on the possible outcomes. When facing a decision or change, it's crucial to consider both the worst-case and best-case scenarios. This approach helps you prepare for potential challenges and seize opportunities with a balanced perspective. Before taking action, take a moment to visualize the possible outcomes. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And what's the best outcome? This method allows you to plan for difficulties while recognizing potential benefits. By anticipating these scenarios, you can make informed decisions and reduce the fear of the unknown. The obstacle on the path becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. This quote underscores the idea that obstacles are not just barriers, but integral parts of your journey. When you reflect on potential outcomes, you plan and transform challenges into stepping stones toward your goals. Stoic. Principle 2. Manage emotions and stay objective. Controlling your emotions and maintaining objectivity are key when navigating change. Emotions can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions. You can approach situations with a clear, rational mind by managing your emotions. Practice mindfulness and self-awareness to understand your emotional responses. When faced with a challenge, pause to assess your feelings and thoughts. Are they based on facts or fears? You can make more deliberate and effective choices by focusing on objective realities rather than emotional reactions. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius. This quote highlights the Stoic belief that while you can't control external events, you have complete control over your responses. You empower yourself to handle change with grace and resilience by mastering your emotions. Stoic Principle 3. Embrace discomfort as a path to growth. Discomfort is an essential part of growth and development. Instead of avoiding it, embrace it as a tool for personal improvement. Discomfort pushes you out of your comfort zone and fosters resilience. When faced with discomfort, view it as an opportunity rather than a threat. Whether tackling a challenging project, facing a fear, or learning a new skill, approach these situations with the mindset that they contribute to your growth. Recognize that discomfort is a sign you're pushing your boundaries and evolving. He who is brave is free. Seneca. Seneca's quote reinforces the idea that true freedom comes from courage. Embracing discomfort requires bravery, and you achieve greater freedom in your life through that bravery. You unlock your potential and achieve personal growth by facing and overcoming challenges. Real-life problems from staying in your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone is often easier said than done, but staying within its confines can have serious, far-reaching consequences. These real-life problems illustrate how comfort, when left unchecked, can erode various aspects of your life, from your relationships to your self-worth. Lack of value, no new contributions or growth. One of the most significant drawbacks of staying in your comfort zone is the lack of personal and professional growth. When you cling to what is familiar, you deny yourself the opportunity to bring new and valuable ideas to the table. Think about it. Growth only happens when you push yourself beyond your limits. If you're not growing, you're stagnating, which often leads to a life where you contribute very little value. The inability to offer fresh perspectives or innovative ideas can make you seem less interesting and dynamic in your personal and professional life. Over time, this can affect your relationships, career, and overall sense of purpose. People who consistently push their boundaries are often seen as more valuable because they continuously evolve. On the other hand, those who remain in their comfort zone risk becoming obsolete or irrelevant. Relationship struggles. Difficulty in maintaining or impressing relationships. Relationships, whether romantic or platonic, thrive on growth and development. How can you expect to maintain or impress those you care about if you're not challenging yourself? The comfort zone might feel safe, but it can lead to a stagnant and unfulfilling connection with others. When you stop pushing your boundaries, you might find that your relationships become monotonous or even strained. Your partner or friends might feel that you're not contributing to the relationship's growth, leading to dissatisfaction on both sides. Relationships require effort. Part of that effort is stepping out of your comfort zone to keep things fresh, exciting, and meaningful. Unfulfilled dreams and goals remain unreachable. Your dreams and aspirations are like seeds. They need nurturing to grow. Staying in your comfort zone is like keeping those seeds in a dark, confined space. They'll never sprout. The pain of unfulfilled dreams is a powerful reminder that growth requires stepping out and taking risks. Many people look back on their lives with regret, not because of the things they did, but because of the things they didn't do. The dreams they didn't chase, the risks they didn't take, the goals they didn't achieve, all because they were too comfortable where they were. This comfort, however, is deceptive. It creates a false sense of security while slowly eroding your potential for greatness. Stagnant growth. No improvement in life areas such as career or health. Growth is not a passive process. It requires action and, often, discomfort. If you're not actively challenging yourself, you're not improving. The stagnation can affect all areas of your life, your career, health, and personal development. In your career, staying in your comfort zone might mean passing up opportunities for advancement or failing to develop new skills. In your personal life, it could mean neglecting your health or failing to pursue hobbies and interests that could enrich your life. Over time, this lack of growth can lead to a deep sense of dissatisfaction and a feeling that you're not living up to your potential. Missed opportunities. Lost chances for better experiences. Life is full of opportunities that can lead to incredible experiences and achievements. You're missing out on these opportunities by staying in your comfort zone. You might not realize it, but each missed chance is a step away from a potentially life-changing experience. Opportunities don't always come knocking twice, whether it's a chance to travel, a career opportunity, or the possibility of meeting someone who could change your life. These moments are often fleeting. If you're too comfortable to seize them, you may find yourself looking back with regret, wondering what could have been. Low self-worth, feelings of unfulfillment, and low self-esteem. If you're not challenging yourself, you may not be living up to your potential. This can lead to low self-esteem and a sense of unfulfillment. Your self-worth is closely tied to your actions and willingness to grow. When you avoid challenges, you're telling yourself you're incapable of handling them. Over time, this can erode your confidence and leave you feeling stuck. On the other hand, when you face challenges head-on, even if you don't always succeed, you build resilience and self-respect. You start to see yourself capable of growth and change, which can profoundly impact your self-esteem. Limited impact, restricted ability to make a difference. Staying in your comfort zone restricts your ability to make a meaningful difference. You need to push your boundaries to have a greater impact and contribute positively to your surroundings. When you step out of your comfort zone, you open yourself to new experiences, perspectives, and opportunities to make a difference. Whether in your community, workplace, or personal life, pushing beyond what's familiar allows you to influence the world in ways you never thought possible. On the other hand, staying comfortable limits your impact and can leave you feeling like you're not living up to your potential. Career limits, limited job prospects, and career advancement. In the professional world, growth comes from taking risks and stepping out of familiar roles. Sticking to what you know might feel safe, but it also limits your career advancement and opportunities. The discomfort of change is often a precursor to career growth. When you take on new challenges, you develop new skills, expand your network, and open up new career opportunities. However, if you remain in your comfort zone, you may find yourself stuck in the same position with little room for advancement. Over time, this can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction with your career. Health issues. Potential health problems from avoiding healthy habits. Avoiding the discomfort of adopting healthy habits can lead to long-term health problems. The easy path might seem appealing now, but it's essential to consider the long-term effects of neglecting your well-being. Staying in your comfort zone can lead to a sedentary lifestyle, poor eating habits, and other unhealthy behaviors that can have severe consequences over time. While it might be easier to avoid exercise or continue eating unhealthy foods, the long-term effects of these choices can be devastating. On the other hand, stepping out of your comfort zone to adopt healthier habits can lead to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Social isolation, missing out on meaningful connections and friendships. You might miss out on building meaningful connections and friendships by sticking to your safe zone. Isolation can result from avoiding new experiences and challenges. The world outside your comfort zone is where genuine connections and friendships are made. When you avoid new experiences, you limit your opportunities to meet new people and build meaningful relationships. Over time, this can lead to social isolation, which can have severe consequences for your mental and emotional well-being. On the other hand, when you step out of your comfort zone, you open yourself up to new relationships and the possibility of forming deep, lasting connections with others. The comfort zone is a trap that can lead to a life of regret and unfulfilled potential. Step out of your comfort zone and embrace discomfort for growth and fulfillment. Remember the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In other words, the best way to overcome the challenges and limitations imposed by staying in your comfort zone is to rise above them. Take control of your life, step out of your comfort zone, and embrace the discomfort that leads to growth and fulfillment. The Stoic path to real change. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. Real change isn't just about tweaking the surface, but fundamentally shifting how you face life's challenges. This transformation begins with confronting your fears head-on, embracing challenges as opportunities, and taking practical, actionable steps to step out of your comfort zone. Facing fear. The importance of confronting fears to make real changes. Fear is the mind's way of keeping you safe, but it can also be the very thing that traps you in a cycle of stagnation. Stoicism teaches that fear should not be avoided, but faced directly. When you confront your fears, you realize that they are often more manageable than you imagined. It's the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown that keeps you from making the changes you know you need to make. Nelson Mandela's quote, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall," perfectly encapsulates this mindset. It's not about avoiding the fall, but finding the strength to get back up each time you stumble. By facing your fears, you weaken their grip on you and build the resilience to keep moving forward, even when the path is tough. Take a moment to think about something you've been avoiding out of fear. It could be a conversation, a new job opportunity, or even a personal goal. What's holding you back? Imagine what could happen if you faced it head-on. The act of confronting that fear could be the catalyst for profound personal growth. Accepting challenges. How embracing challenges leads to growth. Life's challenges are not roadblocks. They are the stepping stones to growth. Stoicism encourages you to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to test your strength and character. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become better, to learn more, and to grow in ways you never thought possible. When you embrace challenges, you develop a mindset that is open to learning and adapting. This is crucial because true change requires you to be flexible and willing to evolve. Whether it's a difficult project at work, a strained relationship, or a personal struggle, viewing these challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles will transform your approach. The more you embrace challenges, the more you'll see them as essential components of your growth, not as things to be avoided. The Stoic approach is to accept that life will always present challenges, and instead of shying away from them, you should welcome them. Each challenge is a chance to practice courage, patience, and wisdom, essential for personal growth. Practical steps, simple, actionable steps to step out of your comfort zone. Making real change doesn't happen overnight and doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes the most effective steps are small, consistent actions that push you slightly out of your comfort zone. Here's how you can start. 1. Set small, achievable goals. Begin with something manageable. It could be speaking up more in meetings, trying a new hobby, or reaching out to someone you've lost touch with. These small actions build momentum. 2. Reflect daily. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on what you did that was outside your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be huge. What matters is that you did something. This reflection builds self-awareness and helps you recognize your progress. 3. Seek discomfort. Actively look for situations that make you uncomfortable. This could be taking on a new responsibility at work or engaging in a difficult conversation. The more you seek discomfort, the more resilient you become. 4. Embrace failure as a learning tool. Don't fear failure. Use it when you fail. You will see it as a learning experience rather than a setback. Each failure is a step towards success. 5. Surround yourself with support. Change is hard, and even harder alone. Surround yourself with people who encourage and challenge you to grow. They will be your support system when the journey gets tough. By following these steps in your daily life, you can gain the courage and strength needed to step out of your comfort zone. Embracing change is about getting back up every time you fall, confronting your fears, being open to facing challenges, and committing to personal growth. Manly Stoic methods in action. Life's most difficult moments test our character in ways that comfort never could. When faced with adversity, it's not just about surviving the storm, but about using it to grow stronger. The Stoics understood this deeply, advocating for resilience and inner strength, especially during life's hardest challenges. Let's explore how Stoic principles can be applied to real-life situations, demonstrating the power of this ancient philosophy in action. Real life example 1. Breaking up with someone you care about. Ending a relationship can feel like the ground has been pulled out from under you. It's a moment of intense emotional upheaval, where the familiar is suddenly gone and you're left to navigate uncharted waters. In such times, the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control becomes paramount. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The breakup itself is beyond your control, but how you respond to it is within your grasp. Embrace the pain and acknowledge the loss, but don't let it define you. Instead, let it be a catalyst for growth, pushing you to reflect on what truly matters in your life. Real-life example 2. Facing betrayal from a close friend. Betrayal cuts deep, especially when it comes from someone you trusted. It's a wound that can fester if not handled properly. The Stoics teach us to accept the reality of human nature, understanding that people can and will disappoint us. Seneca's wisdom offers solace. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Instead of harboring bitterness, focus on maintaining your integrity. Use the experience to cultivate resilience and to reassess the relationships in your life. Betrayal, while painful, is an opportunity to strengthen your character and realign your values. Real-life example 3. Experiencing failure after great effort. Failure is a harsh teacher, especially when you've poured your heart and soul into something. It's easy to fall into despair, to see the effort as wasted. However, the Stoic perspective reframes failure as a stepping stone to success. As Winston Churchill famously said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Failure is not the end, but a vital part of the journey. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Embrace failure not as a setback, but as a necessary step towards achieving greatness. Real-life example 4. Losing a loved one. Loss is one of the most profound and painful experiences in life. The death of a loved one leaves a void that seems impossible to fill. The Stoics, however, remind us that death is a natural part of life. Marcus Aurelius advises, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." While the pain of loss is real, it's also a reminder to cherish the time we have with those we love. Use the grief to deepen your appreciation for life, to live more fully, and to honor the memory of the one you've lost by embodying the values they held dear. Real life example 5. Struggling with unfulfilled dreams. Unfulfilled dreams can haunt you, filling your life with regret and a sense of failure. But the Stoics would encourage you to reflect on what truly matters. Those dreams may not be aligned with your true purpose, or the journey provided more valuable lessons than the achievement. Seneca offers perspective. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Instead of lamenting what didn't happen, focus on what you can do now. Redirect your energy towards new goals and let the lessons of the past guide you to a more fulfilling future. Real-life example 6. Experiencing rejection. Rejection can be devastating in love, work, or personal pursuits. It strikes at the core of our self-worth and can leave us questioning our value. But rejection, like failure, is an inevitable part of life. The Stoic approach views rejection not as a personal failing, but as an external event beyond your control. Steve Maraboli teaches, "Every time I thought I was being rejected from something good, I was actually being redirected to something better." Use rejection as an opportunity to grow, to refine your approach, and to become more resilient. Every no is a step closer to the right yes. Real-life example 7. Navigating a family conflict. Family conflicts are emotionally charged and often complicated by history and deep-seated emotions. The Stoic approach to such disputes is to maintain your composure and focus on what you can control, your own actions and reactions. Marcus Aurelius' advice is clear. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Instead of getting caught up in the drama, lead by example. Show patience, understanding, and a willingness to find common ground. By doing so, you not only resolve the conflict, but also set a standard for others to follow. Real-life example 8. Witnessing a loved one's struggle. Watching someone you care about struggle can be incredibly painful, especially when you feel powerless to help. The Stoic response is to offer support without becoming consumed by the situation. As Seneca reminds us, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Be there for your loved one, but maintain your inner strength. Encourage them and offer guidance, but recognize that their journey is theirs. Your role is to be a source of stability and strength, a reminder that there is hope even in the darkest times. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Edmund Hillary. The greatest battles are often fought within. Each real-life challenge is an opportunity to conquer your inner fears, doubts, and limitations. By applying Stoic principles, you turn adversity into strength, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. In doing so, you not only navigate life's challenges with greater resilience, but also emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable of facing whatever comes your way. Practical steps to embrace change. Change can feel daunting, but you can navigate it successfully with the right approach. Here's a straightforward guide to help you start embracing change in your life. 1. Set clear goals. Begin by defining what you want to change. Identify specific, achievable goals that align with your values and desires. Whether it's improving your health, advancing in your career, or nurturing relationships, having clear goals gives you direction. Break these goals into smaller, manageable steps. This makes the process less overwhelming and keeps you motivated as you achieve each milestone. 2. Take small, consistent actions. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. Start with small actions that move you closer to your goals. For example, begin with a short daily workout rather than diving into intense routines to get fit. When done consistently, these small actions build momentum and lead to significant progress. Remember, act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. 3. Seek feedback and adjust. Feedback is crucial for growth, whether it's from mentors, friends, or self-reflection. Use feedback to gauge your progress and make necessary adjustments. Don't be afraid to pivot if something isn't working. This flexibility allows you to adapt and continue moving forward, even when challenges arise. 4. Embrace risks and learn from failures. Taking risks is an essential part of change. While it's natural to fear failure, remember that every setback is an opportunity to learn. You might stumble when you step out of your comfort zone, but each failure brings valuable lessons that help you grow. Don't shy away from risks. Approach them with a learning and improvement mindset. 5. Celebrate your progress. Finally, celebrate your successes, no matter how small they seem. Acknowledging your progress keeps you motivated and reinforces your positive changes. Focusing on what's still left to do is easy, but recognizing your achievements fuels your determination to keep going. You can make meaningful changes in your life by setting clear goals, taking consistent actions, seeking feedback, embracing risks, and celebrating progress. Remember, each small step you take today contributes to the bigger picture of your future. Embracing change is not merely about stepping out of your comfort zone. It's about stepping into a life of greater purpose and fulfillment. The Stoic teachings remind us that true growth happens when we face our fears and push beyond what feels safe. As we navigate life's challenges, remember, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Vince Lombardi. Each obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen our resolve and character. Now is the time to take action. Start small, set goals, take calculated risks, and seek feedback. No matter how minor, each step forward is a step towards a more dynamic and rewarding life. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. Your actions can reshape your future and lead you to new heights of achievement and satisfaction. If this video has inspired you to make a change, hit the like button and subscribe to the Stoic community for more content on harnessing Stoic wisdom for personal growth. Share your journey and insights in the comments. Let's support each other in stepping out of our comfort zones and embracing the path to true transformation. Remember, the present moment is your greatest ally in shaping a meaningful future. The only way to deal with the future is to make the present meaningful. Epictetus. Seize this moment, act purposefully, and commit to living a life of courage and impact. Thank you for joining us, and here's to your journey of growth and resilience.